Hey paper crafters, thank you so much for joining me today. I love that you took the time to pop by my channel, check out the video that I've got going, and hopefully stay and poke around a little bit. I'm really excited to be able to offer some videos now and then and share my love of paper crafting. So I hope you find something that you enjoy and come back to see me another time. Bye-bye. Hey paper crafting friends, thanks for tuning in today. Today's video is going to be a process video. It's been a while since I've done one, but I wanted to walk through a layout today that's going to feature some papers from this Watercolor Garden paper stack and the scrapbooking sampler number 3 from Kiwi Lane. Now, this sampler is not available in the shop yet, but I was able to get the packaging and I have I don't know, somewhere between 5 and 10 sets that I'll be selling of this particular scrapbooking sampler. So I am going to use only templates from this. If you are new to Kiwi Lane and this is something that you're interested in, just reach out to me, send me a message on YouTube, and we'll get in touch. It's something that I would be willing to ship because I could do that pretty reasonably. The set would be $10, and I will be featuring it in an upcoming class that I'm going to be doing as well at an event in February. So there we go. Let me show you the papers that I've picked out to use today. All right, so a while back I filmed myself separating out this Watercolor Garden paper stack, and these were the papers that I set aside to work with for a future layout. And so these are the ones that I'm going to be using today. So there's 2 different metallic prints. Okay, so this one's kind of a white base with gold. This one's really a gold base with the white flower clusters on it. And then this really beautiful kind of variegated turquoise piece with a floral design. So obviously I'm going to need to bring in some solids. And I think for this particular layout, I'm going to be looking at this really soft kind of pinky peach color. I cannot remember exactly what it is. It might be ballerina, I'm not positive. I'll have to check that. And then this really beautiful peacock. And then just, I'll show you the sentiments that I had set aside for this particular layout. So we've got these, bloom, sweet, hello, hope. So I might choose one or more of those. This is the best is yet to come. Flowers are always a good idea. And then also the best is yet to come. So lots of things to play with here. I'm gonna get a design kind of figured out and we'll go from there. Alrighty, so here's the layout I came up with. And honestly, I don't think that I'm going to be designing it on this peacock color, but the templates show up really well on a darker color. I think I'm going to end up using the pink for my solid background. So just kind of keep that in mind as we go. But I did want you to be able to see kind of everything that I used to lay this out. So again, all of the templates that I'm using, aside from the photo mats, are all in that sampler set number 3. Okay. So we've got Aspen Court 3A and 3B, and those are layered on top of McKay Boulevard 3A and 3B. So those are the templates that I'm using to make that bottom kind of curvy, fun border. I've got 2 4x6s here, and then 2 3x3s here, and these are just kind of tucked in to be able to fit on that bottom and still kind of showcase the border patterns. This one is Tiny Explorer 3T, so that's just a fun little arrow. And then over here I've got 2 4x5s and a 4x4, okay? And then this is Tags 1. So if you are wanting to create along with me, those are the templates that you're gonna need. Oh, sorry, I forgot about this little guy. This is Tiny Explorer 1T, just that fun little dragonfly there. So I'm going to start making some paper choices, and then we'll just kind of see how this comes together. If there's any cutting tips along the way, I'll share those with you as we go. All right, so these are the 2 different papers that I chose for that really fun border along the bottom. And I know they're both busy, but I think they're going to layer up nicely. So we'll just kind of see how that goes. So for this first metallic print, we're going to go ahead and use this for the Aspen Court 3A and 3B. If you are brand new to Kiwi Lane, always line your border up kind of right along an edge, trace it with a pencil, and then for your other piece, you can just lay it right on top. Those edges match up with most of the traditional border sets. And you can just make a little mark right here on the edge, cut this with a straight trimmer, do your scissor cut for the curve, and then you've got your two border pieces. Okay, so that's how we're going to cut that one. And then for this other print, same idea, but we're using the McKay Boulevard 3A and 3B. So I did want these to be their normal size, so I'm going to go ahead and just lay one along the bottom. We'll trace this with a pencil. Same idea, lay this on top. Make a little mark with your pencil here. This is a trimmer cut, just a straight cut. And then you can use your scissors for that curvy cut, and you'll have your two border pieces. Okay. There really isn't anything in this set that is particularly challenging to cut. One of the pieces that I'm going to use is the Hope piece, and I'll show you how I want to go ahead and deal with that one. Okay, with this Hope piece, what I want it to be is this tag 1 that was coming out from the 4x4 photo in that original layout. But when you look at this tag, it's like this was a great design element, and it really helped me hold my spot. But you see how deep that point comes in. I can't really make that fit. So it doesn't mean that I can't have that same look. I'm just going to need to do it on my own. The template isn't going to quite work for me to trace and cut. So let me go ahead and just get this one cut. This is the one I've decided to use. I think it'll pull in the turquoise nicely from the bottom. Okay, so again, I want this to look like that tag, but I don't have the depth, right? So I'm just going to make a straight cut in right on the end here, as far as I want my piece to come in. I'm going to go corner right to that where I cut into. I'm going to do the other side the same way. And you can do this to dovetail anything very quickly and easily. If you're pretty confident that your first cut in is pretty centered, from there it's super simple. Okay, so there's that Hope cut into a tag. And I am going to back this with this really fun metallic print. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut this just a little bit bigger. Okay, and then I can even have this already taped on if I want, but I'm going to go straight in and then corner to corner. Okay, so same thing with this one that says the best is yet to come. I want to go ahead and use this piece, and I'm going to dovetail it as well. So little clip at the end, corner in, and I've got that sweet little dovetail. I'm going to do this side as well. So in, and then corner to there, corner to middle, and corner to middle. So there we go. Same idea. Okay. So this one I'm going to back as well, but I'm not positive with what yet. It just kind of depends on how this comes together. So let me show you one more thing, and that is the little dragonfly. He's really sweet, but I always like to add a little bit to him. Okay, so when you're cutting this dragonfly, I would always like trace the body with something else. So I think what I'm going to end up using is just kind of a complementary color to add some accents here. So this is, I think it's called Smoothie. This is a cardstock from Close to My Heart. But I would move this right over to the edge and then just trace that body. Okay, obviously you'll have to freehand the tracing around the wings, but you've got that. And then I would trace the whole thing on the other paper and just put that little body piece on top. So my accent pieces are going to all be cut from this really fun metallic. So the dragonfly, the background, like the matting for this hope tag, the arrow from Tiny Explore, those are all going to be out of this metallic. So I have tons of it. I don't need to be super careful about how I use it, but this is going to be just a great little accent piece. So let me get those pieces made and I'll show you kind of how everything comes together. All right, so here's the finished layout, you guys. Again, I just used that soft pink as the background. And I do like the way that looks. Everything kind of pops off of it. It's kind of springy, which is kind of funny this time of year, but it's what I was inspired by. So let me just kind of go over how the kind of pieces came together and what my reasoning was here. I knew I wanted to add in another color, and there was this fun pink floral here that was really speaking to me from this hope tag, and that's why I went with this kind of smoothie cardstock. So really a 6x6 piece is plenty. I cut the 2 3x3s from this just straight across the bottom. Okay, so that made my 3x3 photo mats, and then I still had quite a bit left. I was able to mat the tag that says the best is yet to come, and I was also able to do the body for the dragonfly, and then a couple of little strips here just to carry that color across the layout. So it's not just kind of a random pop, it's all over the place. So that was my reasoning with that. I already talked to you about the gold metallic. I'm really happy with how that turned out. And these strips really just kind of came out of this feeling a little bit empty. So I literally just cut those 2 little tiny strips and then found these fun flowers. And these are Prima, little Prima paper flowers. They have a really fun antique gold bead right in the center, and I just felt like they really helped tie everything together. So a couple things are elevated on foam tape. This arrow, the dragonfly, and this tag. Everything else is just adhered straight down, okay? All of my photo mats are cut out of the peacock color. So I think this one is done, good to go and ready for some photos as soon as I find the right thing to go on here. I think this would be really great for like graduation, engagement pictures, even wedding photos, spring photos, so many different things that kind of bring to mind that idea of hope and the best is yet to come. So I don't know, for me, this was a layout that just kind of spoke to me with things the way they have been lately and life being a little harder than normal. So anyway, I hope this inspires you to get busy creating. I always appreciate the time that you spend on my channel, and I love your feedback. So please leave me a comment, say hello, let me know if you're interested in that sampler set, and we'll figure that out. Otherwise, I will just talk to you again soon. Hope you're having a great day, whatever you're doing. Bye-bye.